All right. I am running late. Hopefully, can you hear me? I got to find out. I got my little microphone thing going here. So, comment, let me know if you can hear me, please. Oh, man. I've been literally building a rack in my living room to put the RAM bouncer, SCX6 bouncer, and the Rift bouncer. All right, cool. Everybody can hear me. Sweet, man. Now I forgot all about this and my phone started binging. I'm like, man, you guys got to remind me like before 7 o'clock. So I haven't even brushed my hair. Oh, well. All right, so here we go. Let's get this live going. So, oh, man. How's everybody doing tonight? I am literally not prepared. Let me see. What have I got that I can show you guys? I got some drill bits. Let me see here. All right, let's see what you guys got to get me started here. Let's see what you guys got. Logan, Paul, Red Eyes, what's up? Endos, Fly One Moto. I'm thinking my poor little Geo Metro home from a crawl event with a blown out. Ooh, dude, be careful with that Fly One Moto. Bust Nut, you gotta let me know. Like, give me at least 20 minutes on Tuesdays to remind me. Because I've been like drilling, cutting wood, and cutting the cheese and everything in here. All right, so you like the CJ? Yeah, the CJ7 is actually currently, I shipped that off to Scalar Fab. Brand new bumpers, 8274 winch going on it, sliders, and whatever else they want to do. So it's going to get a full kit from Scalar Fab. So hopefully Casey's got that. I'm not sure yet. I did not grease my hair today. It is all natural. Joe Girding, what's up, big kids? Edwin, Viking. Hey, a Viking RC made it. Dude, we need to stop this rain, man. We haven't been able to hold a race here at the Exoplex in like 2 months. Crap weather every weekend. It's just been garbage. Snowy Chicago, what's up? All right, whatever my OneDrive is, go away. All right. Yeah, the CJ should be pretty darn nice. I forget which tires I'm gonna. I think what I'm gonna do is just order some Proline Swamper SXs. I think that would fit it really good for that time period and that era. I think that would be a really nice setup for that. I got my tick for cotton. We're 100%. All right. Derek, what's up? Dude, we got a lot of rain today. I'm not even sure where my phone is. Oh, never mind. My phone's right here in front of me. Let me see. Let me show you guys. I was going to put like a short of this up, but that's the Exoplex from earlier today. Pretty darn flooded out there, guys. The track, everything, man. Yep, it's pretty well wet back there. Now, I could take the Sherp out there and drive that for sure. I think it's over now, at least until I think Friday it's supposed to come back again pretty hard. So when it does get like this, I do generally take the Sherps out, but it's like, eh. Texas Crawfest, 24th of April. I don't see me getting that far west yet, buddy. Yeah, keep us informed, Fly One. There might be somebody close. Endos, our Vidavon does have an SCX bouncer cage now, all aluminum. How awesome is that? Should be nice and light. Boggers would be good, and I've got the J Concepts holds here. That's a bogger tire. A custom build on my TRX 6, Logan. Yeah, it's called Creep 6. Needle Juice, what's up? Big kids, dude. Those Amazon bloggers did great. I might put that video up tomorrow. I got the Raminator or the Ram Bouncer size comparison. Channel members, hopefully you guys saw that one, because I keep getting people talk about, put this tire on it, that tire on it. They don't really know the size of the Raminator or the Ram Bouncer, so I tried to like show all that. But I am not mud bogging my Raminator, buddy. Snow turned to rain. That's the nasty area. Man, like Randy, wet tire testing, 3D printed inserts have no issue. Um, you're just gonna be flinging through mud. It's not a. I mean, audio is cracking a little bit. Okay, I probably have the microphone a little bit too close. I'll back it away from me a little bit here. That is a Raminator bouncer. That is going to go on the orange bouncer for my buddy. Am I getting any 1/18th LMT parts? Yeah, I can get them. I saw that they were available now. Good evening. Raminator size is nuts because the weight is what's really good. Yeah, the Ram Bouncer comes in at 75 pounds. My Raminator is a legit 100 pounds with battery, like 102 pounds. So, and with everything that's on RC Sparks' Raminator, it might be more than 100 pounds on his. There's that word. Okay, good deal. Power here may go out. Hope not. I expected my power to go out, but it did not go out, so I'm good to go. Vidavon's got a DBXLE 2.0 roller. Like he completely put it. I haven't even seen that. I can't imagine the cost of that. I mean, I basically have the thing. For this size comparison, I should put the DBXLE back together. Put the 560 kV motor back in it. Put the wheels and tires back on the 12S Creighton. So they are actually ready to go right now. DuPont's a good starter platform for a crawler. Got 10 bashes, but would like to get a 110 crawler. Okay. Derek Pearson, that's a good question. If you plan to treat your crawler like a basher, blast some hills, jump off of stuff, I would recommend a TRX4. If you plan to drive the crawler like a crawler, then go with the axial base camp. The reason is the axle housings and diffs and all are just stronger on the TRX4. But the axial seems to be more ready to go more scale than what the TRX4 is. And honestly, the TRX4, although it is a bomb-proof truck, it is old by today's standards. It really is. Steering link and servo. It's on 23, so we'll go smash that button. Yes, sir. Steering link, servo saver has 10-pound bags of sugar. Over $4,000. It's a bit over $4,000. That's, I've always estimated my DBXLE at about 45 to $5,000. So if he's listing it at over $4,000, then I was actually about right. A lot of these things I build, I don't just go all in at one time. They're steps because nothing is cheap. And I'm a dealer for different brands. So I do get things at a lower cost. And it's still not cheap. That does not make it cheap. It just makes it slightly less expensive, if that makes any sense at all, Proline flat iron tires. You're talking about the 4.76 tires. Man, I've had those tires on a few different vehicles, and I don't really like them. 1/7 scale Arlarlo. Marcus, I don't know anything yet. I have contacts with Arlarlo, and I am seriously excited about where they're taking this. When I first, because Arlarlo contacted me, I guess a couple years ago now, and it was about, showing off a truck, Now I'm thinking, Okay, just another Amazon company. Okay, but the truck was interesting. So I mean, I get offers all the time, and most of the time it's the same junk with another body on it. But the Arlarlo was different. I'm like, this is not the same as what you find the low end stuff on Amazon. This is something different. So I've been chatting with them, talking with them, picking up a few things here and there. What I found them on Facebook in a group, and they were very active with concerns, axles. Like some of the buggies I've got, the 114th and 116th buggies, the axles, although I haven't broke them, other people have, right? So they consistently come out with better axle shafts, better parts, better pieces. Every model is better than before. So I don't think they're going to go away anytime soon. And they're talking about the bigger vehicles, the more powerful vehicles. And I told them when they talked about, because they said something about 1/5, okay? And when I messaged them back, and I told them, I said, listen, if you're going to do a 1/5 vehicle, make sure the vehicle can handle 12S. Make sure it can handle a 70 millimeter motor, because if the materials and the vehicle itself cannot handle that, you're going to catch a lot of flack for it. And I told them flat out, I said, look, if you're going to build a 1/5, you better do it right, because they're big, they're heavy, and they're crazy strong. Just my conversation with Arlarlo on that. Crawler, base camp. Steve Kelly commented for you, Derek. The Element Ecto is absolutely awesome. To me, the Ecto is more like a out-of-the-box comp crawler RTR. Servo Hobbywing Fusion Pro 2-in-1 TRX4 Defender. That works great. Rattle Can, what's up? What did you get for Christmas? Maryland. I got some socks. My family asked me, like, what do I, speaking of Christmas, what do you want for Christmas? I said, nothing. For me, it's just like our good old buddy, it's Christmas every day. Although I can't say it with his accent. You guys know who I'm talking about, right? And my voice hasn't been what it should be either. What's up, Joe from snowy Chi-Town? What's up? Come steak for dinner. Man, I could go for a good steak. Oh, man. Quad bodies fit pretty good. Scale news today look like a little smaller than an SCX6. I have not got any information on that, but 1/7 would be a little bit smaller than 1/6. Brushless motor on a 10.3 Gladiator, brass shocks. Fusion SE 1800 or Fusion Pro 2300, Daddy J. Addicted, that's exactly what I told him. I said, look, either you make this thing right or it's going to fail. You can't go halfway in on a fifth scale, buddy. What's up, Cardboard? First credit might depend on what you want to do. Trail bash or comp right. Addicted to RC, you got it. Kevin Talbot comes out with a fifth skill that can handle 12S. They will have a diamond. Exactly, Rattle Can. Exactly. I am having homemade enchiladas. I had for dinner tonight a Gordon Ramsay frozen lasagna. And I'm going to tell you, I can tell it was frozen because there were some spots that were hot and some spots that were cold. Should I file a complaint on that? Sweat bars from you gave a shout out on the other day. Addicted, yeah. Got a bar ordered from RC Sparks in Canada. Clit nicely set 94. Some people prefer nitro. I like electric myself. It was Kevin that put me this way. He said, You was Lee Brown. Well, dude, that's awesome. Thank you for being here, buddy. I appreciate that. I am going to put the ram bouncer on the track. I just got to let the track dry out. Right now, there's standing water on the track, and I'm not ready to put it through that. Even though it would sling the living heck out of some water and mud, though. Oh my God, it would sling the water. Eminem Kid, what's up? Jeff, what's up? Claude Bust, that bouncer. Yeah, buddy. That bouncer is amazing, man. 75. I got 76 and 40 likes. We're 39 likes right now. That running 72 wheels on an LMT. When I did the 2.6, I had the J Concepts wheels, the tribute wheels. I had the flower pot adapter on them for the Firestorms, like the big bouncy soft ones. And I had to do like the back cut on it, like cut the back ring off of it so I could kind of get the tire to pull in a little bit more to have a steering knuckle clearance because it was really tight. Man, cardboard, where are you at, buddy? My rain, it was pretty bad, but it was all right. Now, Clit, there was a guy many years ago. He showed up to one of our little bash sessions. This is like before the channel was even going. And he had a Nitro Revo. And I'm not sure exactly what he had done to that thing, but dude, it ran like our brushless ones did. It ran insane. It had good punch, good power. I mean, it was awesome. But I've never seen that guy again, so it was just that one-time thing, I guess. Oh, man. Any pointers on light controller switches that work best? As far as lights go, years ago when I was really getting into lights, I've got some of them on my Clodbuster. They were like $1.67 for this light controller you get off of eBay. Ancient video. You can probably look it up still. The video is still out there. But the light controllers were like less than $2, and they were good to 3S. You just simply put them into a channel, and when you go past a certain point, they turn on. So on my Clodbuster, I have one of them hooked up to channel 2. My Clodbuster has 2 receivers in it, by the way. And one of the channel 2s is hooked up to the blower lights. So when you get to about maybe half or 3/4 throttle, it actually turns that light controller on, and the blower has 3 red lights in it. So yeah, it kind of comes on only when you're under full throttle. It's got stock brushed motors and stuff in it, so you're not really doing much, but it still looks pretty cool. Plus, it got chassis lights and all kinds of stuff. Paint and Dave, Extreme. Yeah, man, dude, that ram bouncer is nice. What else do I have to do to convince you to go mudding? I have a mud truck called the Mega Bouncer, and it is currently still locked up. I got to take the motor off and clean it out. It was an old Hobby Wing motor, and I've had to change bearings out. It's probably completely rusted up, but it is completely locked up. This particular truck, it has a Techno Centra diff in it and TRX4 axle housings. So that's all it's got. And it actually runs pretty good. It's just, it's out in the shed and it's locked. It's been locked up for like a year, as in like it won't roll. Partly because I didn't service it after I put it in the water. My fault. Crazy. I don't want another Raminator. Well, see, addicted to RC, I wanted this bouncer, but I didn't want to give up my Raminator. So that's how I kind of got both of them now. And I know there are a few guys that are asking Addictive RC. I've got a few emails about it because guys wanting the Ram bouncer. They want a Ram bouncer, so you got to get with Addictive RC to build the chassis. I can get your transmissions. I can get the skids. But basically, other than the transmission, it uses all the Raminator suspension links and one set of shocks. Now, I'm trying to get the remote reservoirs, but as I understand it, the remote reservoirs are being discontinued. My thoughts are, because hopefully you guys saw the video where I busted the pistons out of the thing, and there's so much oil volume in here when you land, because you got to drill the pistons out, but it creates so much pressure on top of the piston, and there's so much weight on it. It just lives. It has to basically hydrolocks. It doesn't have enough time to get through the piston. Now on my raminator right now, well, the ram bouncer and the raminator itself, the 10 weight or 100 CST shock oil you get with the raminator, I found out that is not a silicone based oil. It's basically the same stuff you're going to get, well, like old Losi 5B Flux or 5B. It's basically the mineral spirits. 5 weight is basically what it turns out to be. Okay, so with that said, I did a mix and they didn't mix very well. So what I'm going to try to do is buy a lot of 10 or 15 weight normal silicone shock oil and put in there. Just eliminate all the oil, because I need this thing to absorb without locking up. Just like every raminator out there, you take one and man, it moves so smooth, but when you jump fast and you land quick, I actually have one here, it moves so smooth. But when you go fast, you can actually feel it just like this right here. They lock up, and that's the number one issue. That's why I was hoping to get the remote reservoirs. They're only for the collector's edition grave diggers, and I kind of feel the reservoir cap and all would actually make this so much better, because it would have a way to relieve some of that pressure into the reservoir and come back into it. But I got to figure out the shocks with the ram bouncer. Also, it's set up kind of similar to this right here. Okay, these springs are way too stiff. So if I put both of the springs on here, the raminator is going to sit with suspension jacked up like this. So I've got to run it like this right here, but I've got to come up with half strong springs. And I'm trying to get Arthur to make some half strong springs. I told him, I said, look, I need 3 sets right now for 3 ram balancers. If you can make them and I can get them as everybody else gets their ram balancer, they're going to have the same spring problem, the same exact shock problems and everything. So I'm kind of like the guinea pig on this one, because this is kind of one of those things that haven't been done before. I'm finally first. So I'm trying to get this figured out, so I have at least a blueprint or something to where when you get one done, you'll know exactly what you've got to do. And the shocks are the number one issue I've got with the ram bouncer right now. Once I get these done, once I get these figured out, I will send it off the big ramp. But with these not being right yet, I'm not going to do it. All right, I can't find the F10 alloy weights for the rear. Yeah, not for the rear. I got the fronts though. Oh, should have struck for him. Crawlers, Isaac, set WJ. I miss a lot of you guys because I got talking about ram balancer suspension stuff. Yeah, see, I only run a 2S on mine because I really want to. As far as CB, the Clodbuster comment, yeah, I don't want to tear the body up on mine. I put some 21 turn 540 motors, like some modified ones, and man, they ran good, but it would stand up so quick that I put the stock ones back in so I wouldn't tear it up. Whatever happened to old Grimlock builds? Okay, yes, they all have new homes. Grimlock 1 was actually raffled off. Grimlock 2 is owned by my buddy, James Watt. Grimlock 3 is owned by my other buddy, and they also bought Optimus 2. So they have both of the TRX4 builds, Optimus 2 and Grimlock 3. Oh, Shining Thunder. All right, Mr. Shining Thunder. Well, it's original. I joined this group thing. Addicted. 1 to 3 inches of rain from a storm that started earlier here in New Jersey. Still morning, emergency caller. Hi, Joe. What do you think about Endura rubber silicone foam? The Endura rubber silicone foam. Um, I think there's got to be a new one out that I haven't seen yet. The older ones I saw were the two-stage ones. I haven't seen. The guys out here this past Sunday were telling me about a new one, and I haven't seen it yet. I guess I need to find it. Or if one of you guys on here will send me a message with a link, I'd appreciate it. Right? Like Terminator's arm. Good should be adjust the ports inside the shot to create a better glow at high compression. Better glow. The it's just four holes in a piston. I mean, in stock form they do have a cone to them, but it just doesn't flow enough. So what I'm thinking is, and you typically drill these out like in the Raminator V3s with the dual shocks. You drill them out to about 3.8 millimeters, which is pretty darn large, but you put the stock oil in it and they drive super smooth. And when you jump, they actually absorb. They will bottom out, but it's not like locking up, like hydro locking up. So that took me quite a while. When I got that Raminator, that took me quite a while to figure that out. So quite a while to figure out how to make the suspension work because it kept bugging me. The suspension wasn't absorbing anything. It was literally landing and it was all in the tires, you know? So you only have brass for the rear. I've got the brass for the front, Viking. Ah, there's my buddies. They're done sending me all kinds of links for these new Endura foams to check them out. The stock primal oil did not mix with normal silicone oil that we generally use. So it's more like a mineral spirit. Okay. I'm not saying it's bad by any means at all, but it does not mix. If you put it into a container like what I did, hold on, I may have some left over. Ah, here we go. Okay. This is some of the mix that I did. Can you see the separation there? The top, this is your Raminator oil. The bottom is the silicone. Hopefully you can see the separation. It separates, maybe you can see a little bit of it right down here. That's the separated. That's going to be your silicone, and the Raminator is the WD-40 looking consistency stuff up top. So it does not mix. However, I do have them mixed in the Ram Bouncer right now. I just got to order a lot of silicone oil to try to fill these shocks. These things right here take like this much oil for 4 of them. I'm not kidding. It's like 32 millimeter OD on this, probably 30 millimeter ID. The Ram Bouncer will be available for my Raminator. Paint and Dave, yes. I've got to order some more skids, but yes, we can do that. Now, if you're going to put this system in your Raminator, keep in mind, like, hopefully you saw my video where I put the big monster Raminator tires on there. Personally, I didn't really care for it, but it might have been the 1250 kV short can motor. But I would definitely go with a lower kV, larger motor, like the 560 for the large Raminator. Just my own thoughts on that. But I'm trying to get maybe a larger spur gear if it's possible to fit in this transmission to have a little bit more of a gear ratio down for a Raminator. Because you got to figure an 8S 1250 kV. I did all the calculations and all that stuff. I'm getting almost 40 miles per hour out of this thing. That's a lot. That's moving for this thing, you know? So just a little bit of food for thought there. I know RC Sparks wants one of these transmissions and a skid as well because he's tired of breaking the chain. I've never broken the chain on my Raminator. And if you guys recall that watching my Raminator videos in the past, I have actually jumped this thing and backflipped it like an X-Max. I have done backflips in the air like X-Max style. I haven't broken the chain yet. So yeah. All right. Let me see if I can get it right here. Son of Sam. Mike Rainey, son of Sam. You got something here. Something that's on my mind. Um, don't let me forget this one right here because I'm thinking about doing this, and it would be for the raffle or the raffle thing. Oil versus silicone. Probably right, RC Daily. It's kind of like WD-40. But this is what I'm thinking. I was looking through my bin of crawler parts, okay? With the exception of a few shocks or stuff like that, I have enough stuff to build an entirely new crawler. And I have a chassis by Poised RC. So I forget a T4 chassis or something like that. So it's not like Sorka legal or anything. It's a cheater chassis basically. And I have at least one spare creep body. This is what I'm thinking. And I'd have to set this up like a 45-day raffle. But you guys tell me if you'd be interested in this. Cool, Frankie. What if I was to build a vehicle, an RC car, a crawler, and just simply call it Scrappy? I believe I've got a too low transmission in the bin, a real one, not the knockoff one, a real one. And what if I was to do that and actually put that on the raffle? Like, just call it Scrappy. The axle housings I've got, the axles are our SCX10 Pro. I've got those. They are complete. Probably Vidavon drive shafts on it. I'm not sure of the servo. Possibly Raw 500 or something along those lines. Maybe a direct power 777 or 888, depending on the power system. As far as the drive goes, quite possibly a Fusion SE or even a Fusion Pro. So, and as far as tires go, it would absolutely have J Concepts megalithics and a B lot probably from Amazon. So, if I was to do that, would you guys be interested to get in that raffle? It would come with scratches because obviously I would show the thing driving. I'm thinking about, like on this one, when I do it, it would be normally I've been putting the vehicles together and showing you guys what it is, done. But this one, possibly set a camera up and just have it time lapse me because figuring out the links, moving this, moving that, adjusting, and trying to make everything work can be very time consuming on these custom builds. If you've built a custom crawler from the ground up, which is the best part about crawlers, you can still build them from the ground up the way you want. You do a like a basher or a racer, you buy it, you build it, you tune it, you drive it. That's it. Crawlers, you can build them up. So, and see, when you talk about links right there from Hardcore RC, that was on my mind as well. Basically, I build the truck, I make sure everything works, and then I send the measurements to Hardcore RC. I believe that's exactly what I was thinking of, I believe. But, and actually have custom high clearance links made for it. I think it would work. I think it'd work pretty darn good. With the too low, you have the overdrive, underdrive already in the transmission. Can do all kinds of things, man. Yeah, cardboard scrappy doo. Now, if I was to do this, too low, 10 Pro axle, good comp style, 4S capable. See, if I go 4S capable, then it has to be either a Holmes or a Furitech ESC because they're 4S capable. As far as simplicity though, man, that Fusion Pro 3S is really amazing. Have I had some spam bots or something on here, Stealth Foams? If I have, it looks like RC Daily may have got them. How those T-Rex 4M stands looking? I haven't even printed them. I gotta print them. RC, yeah, the Fusion, for how simple it works. Yeah, Stealth, I have not even printed them things yet. And I still got the other RC stands I still haven't even listed on the website. Yeah. Those chassis. And see, I might have to get with him, RC Daily. But I'm just kind of thinking, a custom built crawler just for the raffle. I mean, I've got another video. I'm waiting on another set of DraftTech shocks. I've just got in it. They're somewhere around here. I just got in a bunch of stuff from D's company, like the shock bands and all that. I just ordered in a bunch of those, all like a lot, right? So, so Viking, you like the Fusion Pro with the BEC, dude? It bumps that 500 up, don't it? Yeah. But I'm waiting on a set of DraftTech shocks because I've got, where is it at here? I put something back together. And as soon as this is back together, I have a new crawler video coming out, like a tournament. Okay? I know at least one of you guys have asked about this truck. And this truck has been just basically sitting around not doing anything because I needed the front axle for another truck. And right now I've got the wrong front shocks on it, so it doesn't look very cool. But X01. Old X01. Even completely still missing the googly eye. Do any of you guys remember this one? Do any of you guys remember this old truck? I had to go cheap. I got an Amazon Capra front end on this thing. It was not smooth at all. I actually put a different pinion gear in it off of an actual SCX to make this thing actually smooth. Okay, so far not a very good front end, but I think it's going to be okay. But yeah, got the Capra front, 10.3 rear. Got everything linked up. As soon as I get the DraftTech shocks on the front to bring this where it needs to be, I'll be ready to do this video. It also is going to get the DraftTechs and the D's shock straps, shock bands on this right here. So once I get that, then it's time to do this competition. And this competition, okay, so Lasagna Thursday, IAQ, you guys are cooking lasagna? If I'm invited, I am so there, dude. I am there. But anyway, now I'm thinking lasagna. Got to be better than my Gordon Ramsay frozen lasagna. But regardless of all that, okay, yeah, I'm in IAQ Master. I will be there, dude. Okay. Sorry, my brain fuzzed out there. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. Man, you guys are killing me. Oh my God. I'm looking like Garfield. Let me get a sunburn out there and I would look like a Garfield, a big old fat Patrick Star from SpongeBob. Oh, but anyway, all right. What I'm going to do, I've got literally 18 competition level crawlers at this point. 18. I'm going to put all of them, one video just for selection, okay? Each truck will get about 30 seconds, so you're still looking at a long video, unfortunately. But I want to go over each truck individually, about 20, 30 seconds, real quick, what's in it. And then I'm going to random draw 3 groups of 6. All right? And then when I get my groups of 6, my 3 groups of 6 here, then I'm going to come back and take those 6 vehicles and random draw 2 to 3 obstacles at the Exoplex by name. And that's what they're going to compete with, okay? The top 2 will move on, okay? The top 2 out of that first group, whatever the pairing happens to be, it's all at random. Then I'll do the same thing with the second group. It could be 2 or 3 completely different obstacles. Simple as that. Now, I'm not going to allow the obstacles back there that are super easy, like Mr. Giggles or something like that. Nothing. I mean, you could drive anything up those. So it's going to be good quality obstacles. But anyways, each one is gonna have two going to go on, and then you're gonna have a final six. All right, let me get my numbers right. Final six of these things, okay? Then they're going to compete. The top three will battle it out for first, second, and third, and they'll probably go on like 4 or 5 different obstacles. Everything chosen at random, except for the winners, of course. The winners move on. So I'm thinking, now this is just me here. I got the selection video, then the 3 competitions on that, and then probably finish it up with the 3 for the finals. Basically, get all these videos done and then drop them Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and finish on Friday. What do you guys think about that idea? It's a lot of video to get done, but I think I can do it, right? I mean, if you're a channel member, I think I uploaded 5 videos last night. I think 5. Granted, I was kind of working through it, trying to get past because of today, knowing what today is. So just trying to make sure I'm stocked up for on days like this. I can just build stuff inside, do the table work inside without cameras and all that. Because I do stuff without a camera, by the way, just so you know. I also drive RCs without a camera sometimes. All right, let's get back to you guys here. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about the crawler competition here. What do I think of the Proline Trencher, and what are my favorite tire in 4.7? Okay, I've got the Proline Trenchers. Great tire. But right now, in my opinion, J Concepts is the top dog. I love the Proline Trenchers. I want to get some Swamper SX Pros, or the SX XLs for the CJ7. I think that'd be a perfect fit for that. I think more so than the Boggers. But dude, the J Concepts, man, the Tusk and the Megalithics, they're just dominating. At least around here at the Xplex, which happens to be behind me here. It's just dominating, man. They really are. And I'm seeing so many VRDs out here, man. It's beautiful seeing all the VRDs. SCX Pros are out here. So, yeah, it's awesome. And like this past weekend, IAQ Master can probably post up. I tried to do a crawling class 101, in which basically I looked at the vehicles and then I was judging every vehicle going through the course, trying to give pointers and driving directions and all that. There are a few that I would really like to sit down with and just simply show the crawling. Learning balance points of your vehicle, the torque twist, some torque twist driver up, some torque twist passenger up. Some have just a lot of torque twist in them, but it's just kind of one of those things that I thought would be good. And I want to say I think David kind of proposed it to me a little while back. IAQ Master, he hits me with a lot of ideas. Paul hits me with a lot of ideas. On the roller coaster, the whole little teeter-totter thing, which is like my favorite part of it, that was Paul's idea. Paul King. That was his idea for that. And I love that thing. I was actually able to, and I believe I got it in video, drive backwards up that without a winch. Now, granted, I had to pull it down by hand so you can get on it because it's naturally balanced up. But it actually went up that thing. Viking RC, you're a pro driver. You're good, buddy. I was wondering where you were at Sunday because I know you need some help. Oh, man. Mini Jimmy with UTB 18 axle 155s. A mini Jimny. Mini Jimmy. Oh, speaking of mini vehicles, I'm going to probably be sending one of my TRX 4Ms out to Addictive RC and get a chassis built for that. So, Addictive RC, Travis Vance, 110 Rift, 1.6 bouncer, Ram Balancer chassis, and he's got 118. So I'm going to send him my T-Rex 4M so he has something to build off of. Now, I could send him the T-Rex 4M I've got with the Vidavon axle housings, which are 5 millimeters wider, which is kind of what I'm thinking of doing, to let him just build off of that. Or send him the one I've got, which has a different chassis already, but it's stock housings. If I send him one with stock housings, it would be kind of more universal for everybody, but I believe the Vidavon housings are bolt up just the same. They are about 5 millimeters wider per side, so that's kind of what I'm thinking about, going with that way. And, 70, 75 housings on a little 118 bouncer. Yeah, it's got my name all over it. I think I might do that, actually. I told him I'd send him something out, and I can tell you this much. Shipping a 118 Bronco or 124 out is a lot cheaper than shipping a Raminator. Let me tell you that. 1.0 tires, J Concept, landmines, or Tusks. I don't have either of those tires, Mike. But if I had to choose real quick, I would choose the Tusks. I need more help. And a set of those shock bands. Yep, I know you need shock bands. I've got them somewhere. They just came in today, though. But they're around here. Oh, I also got something in the mail today that I was unexpecting. And I do got to tell you, it was sent to me. What's up, Reese? Dude, I'm going to be building a vehicle, and I think I'm going to need to get a servo from you, which also, Reese, I got to get with you because I know it's inevitable. The Ram Bouncer is going to need 4 year 2000s. It's inevitable. It's going to have to happen. I'm actually getting brownouts with the stock servos on it. If I'm driving real slow with it, kind of getting brownouts with it. Like when I drive it through the home to go park it. Yes, I drive this thing through my home because it's easier than carrying it. But regardless of all that, yeah, it kind of is needing some servo love. I'm just not ready to throw down for them yet. Boom Racing Aggressor 1.0, yes. Now, the Boom Racing, these guys right here. Now, I've got these on a different set of wheels. All right. At ease. Reese ain't making no brass 2000s, is he? Dude, that would be a 2-pound servo. We don't need no brass 2000s. Or do I? Possibly on the SEX 6x6x6. I could possibly use them on that. Nah, I'm fine. But anyway, right here. These are some pretty aggressive tires. And I've changed the wheels on these. These wheels were actually sent to me by, hold up a second. Let me scroll up here. He changed his name. Where is he at here? He's some sparkly name now. Like Sparkle King RC or something. Let me see if I can find him here. Let me scroll up. I'm looking for Sparkle King RC. Where is this sparkly dude at here? Hold up. I gotta find him. I'm scrolling up here trying to. He just commented a little while ago. Oh, not Sparkling King RC, Shining Thunder RC. Sorry about that. Sparkling King. Oh, Clayton's RC. Yeah, he's not sparkling anymore. All right, so Clayton's RC. Yeah. Anyway, Clayton sent me these wheels. So these are a high offset, like a deep dish wheel. Really beautiful. When I put these on here, they are not vented. So these are probably going to hit the mud. I'm going to get these dirty. We're going to see what they can do. And the vehicle I'm probably going to use will probably be like probably Sportish, because Sportish is brushless, 2-speed. It can actually sling them, so that might be happening. And with all the rain and mud we got out here, I think now's a good time. Fire Stain, Fire Twitch, Fire Stain, Sparkle Farts. What's up, Clayton Sparkle Farts? Oh, that's funny. And I do got a Fire Crotch. Yeah, I remember the whole. I remember all that. But regardless, Stealth. I can't air my dark humor on YouTube. I can't do it. It will make so many people mad. Just can't do it. Every now and then, some of it does slip, and I will put that up for channel members. So hopefully, I'm not offending anybody. But yeah, I do some of that stuff. All right, so anyways, all right. I'm messed up now. Y'all got me messed up. Between sparkle farts and fire crotches, I don't know what to do here. I was on a subject, but what was I on? I don't know. Nope. Oh, you have no clue about dark humor. Spend 6 months with a bunch of veterans. Oh, yeah, you're right there, Marcus. Tires, yeah. Charles Pope, yeah. These wheels right here. So these are definitely going to be driven. And now these are a wide wheel. Oh, the brass 2000, yeah, that as well. I don't have a use for a brass 2000. I don't know. Have I considered doing a rally car? Not really. Offended we have been. But regardless, yeah, these right here are going to be run something probably dirty, probably on Sportish. So as far as the ram balancers go, I think I've got enough bolts and all to put together the orange one for a buddy of mine. So I kind of want to buy Thor, but my dad would kill me. Thor is, you're a channel member, so you probably saw the video of Thor. Thor is, no, you didn't. I've got to send those videos out to the guys to get approved. Anyway, yeah, but Thor will come up for channel members soon, okay? But Thor is kind of one of those vehicles that's kind of a novelty, if that makes any sense. It's awesome. It's big. It's beefy. I don't think you can break it because it's built off of Rift stuff on a crawler. I mean, really. And it's really underpowered for what the Rift axles can take. I doubt you'll ever break them, but it's too much, if that makes any sense. It's Rift axles with the portal, so it's even wider than a typical Rift. But I tell you what I'm thinking about trying to get, though. I kind of want to get, I either need to get some different hubs for the Deluxe Fab MOA or get another MOA. I'd kind of rather just get the hubs because it'll be a lot cheaper than another Deluxe Fab. That thing was $1,300 just to get it, and that was without wheels and tires. So I'd rather just get, another a set of hubs or something and go that way with it versus having to get a whole new one. But if I did get a new one, then I would probably go with I'd probably go brushed on this one. And I have 2 of those 11-turn Crawlmasters, so I could probably put those in there. Probably another 888 direct power servo. And probably just go with that. Just that way I have the Fusion Pro MOA and then the brushed MOA. Because I don't want them both to be the same thing. Max 6 Arma Typhon. That's a whole lot. All right. I'm in. All right. Big beefy. That's what she said. I was telling IAQ Master last night, I was thinking about Hard Park has that new little RTR out. See, I've got one. I've got a Dementor, but it's not exactly what his RTR is. And I asked him, if he would like a video of me showing mine, kind of helping him get the word out for his, the new one. And he was supposed to call me, but never did because it's not quite the same, if that makes any sense. Jacob Rivera, what's up? Man, my Red Cat Ridge Runner is uncontrollable. I think the ESC is no good. Okay, I don't have the Ridge Runner yet. Is it one ESC or two ESCs in that? I don't know. Let me know, Jacob. If it's one ESC, Hobbywing 1080 G2. If it's got two ESCs, you'll have to run one. All right, so it's got one Hobbywing 1080 G2. It's about $42 off of Amazon. Get that ESC and you'll love it. So, Viking RC's going to bed early. Dude, I don't get to bed till 1 a.m. So the Ridge Runner uses the 880. That's a pretty decent ESC, but I feel the 1080 is a better crawler ESC. And it only has 380 size motors or 360 size motors. So the 1080 will cover both of them. Now, when you change radios, I'm not sure what radio comes on that, but when you change radios, and you go to one with like dual ESC control, so you can get a dig front, dig rear, or something like that, you can put two 1080 ESCs in this thing, okay? One to the front motor, one to the rear motor. So you can lock the rear and get a front dig, lock the front and get a rear dig. And then when you also changing radios, you'll probably pick up better four-wheel steer control. You can control all of that independently as well. So hopefully mid-February, I'll be able to get in on the second batch so I can actually get a Ridge Runner because I really want one of them things. And I'm probably going to go through all of that with the dual ESCs, the different radio, different steering, all the functions and all that. So I just got to get my hands on one. They sold out super quick. Super quick. Donna says, Scrappy Doo. Ruby Roo. Mid-Ohio, Cincy, Ohio. If I go to bed later than 11 o'clock, I can't wake up in the morning. I'm like right now, it rained. I have no editing to do. And you watch, it'll still be 1 o'clock before I go to bed tonight. But thanks to you guys, huge thanks to you guys, I don't have to wake up to an alarm clock. So I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning and see what I've got to video, what I've got to take care of. Like I say, I know I want to drive these right here in some mud. I'm not planning to sink it because it's a TRX4 and that transmission is kind of a pain to tear apart and clean out. So I don't want to sink it, but I will hit some mud with it. As long as I keep going and don't get stuck, right? Be all right. South Florida, what's up? Did you miss anything important? Yep. I am a little bit stuffy right now, yes. How hard is it to pit two trucks on one DX5? I have no idea. You're talking about different models? Just select a different model and set it up as far as I know. And that's the way it's going to be right here, Mid-Ohio, everywhere. Marcus, your birthday is tomorrow? How old will you be, dude? Mike Rainey, I don't have any Rift axles with portals available for sale, buddy. 42, that's it? I'll be 50 this year, dudes. 50. Where's the cat? There is no more cat. Stealth Foams. Yeah, he's talking crap, but Stealth Foams is only 12 years old. So, yeah, we're all old to him. TKTV, what's up? What else about the Helix axle? You have the perfect setup, right? Twin hammers. Younger than me. Happy birthday, Marcus Jacob. Oh, 17. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Stealth. Yeah. You're almost legally responsible for your own actions. Good night. Waiting. Come on, yep. VRD kit versus RTR. If I build the kit the way I want, it's like 1,200. But if I add the upgrades I want to the RTR, it's like 950. Eric, that's a really good question, buddy. Okay. The VRD kit, the carbon kit. Not only do you get a carbon chassis, you get better gears in the transmission. The transfer case has the aluminum bearing holders to hold everything together. The stance does not. It has plastic. The stance has the centered gears, I do believe, in the transmission. Uh, the axles are the same, but there's only 24% underdrive or overdrive on the stance versus 37 on the carbon. The stance has much weaker lower suspension arms. The carbon has much better lower suspension arms. And honestly, the only thing left on my VRD stance that is stock is the servo. In my opinion, I would buy the kit over the RTR. And I really like RTRs because of time. But I would choose the kit. Just my own thoughts on that. Now, I do got to tell you, the RTR does come with a really good radio. The radio is actually really nice on that thing. So maybe you want to keep that in mind. If you already have a radio of choice, then that's not something to really worry about on that. But if you don't have a radio, or if all you have are RTR radios, then the stance radio is a pretty nice upgrade. It really is. Oh, pan lasagna. Okay, IAQ. I'm there, dude. Marcus, I don't know, buddy. 17 in November. Man, Mid Ohio, yeah. I have not checked any servos out lately. At least my name is with YouTubers now at 17 for 3D design. I was stoked when I got a job from you. Well, cool deal, dude. You're going to spend 1,500 anyway. No worry, Joe. You're young at heart. I got a few years on you. Deluxe fab parts on your rigs. Dude, I saw there was a crawler. It might have been the one that was mentioned earlier, but what caught my attention was the front axle. All the RTRs are driver side drop. You know, like where the driver side was set if it was a real one. This one was passenger side drop. And I looked at it, and that was a deluxe front axle. It looked pretty nice, man. The solid axle. It looked really nice. I wouldn't put it past me, but the only issue that I have is with everything being driver side drop for the front diff, that's kind of the way all the transmissions are built. So if I go passenger side drop for the front diff, I got to figure something out to make that work, wouldn't I? Mirror, yep, you're right, buddy. Now, Jacob River, you're talking about the RTR VXT2 tires. They are good tires. They absolutely are. They come with dual stage foams and everything. They are good tires. The older VXT2 tires that I have, they broke in and did not get any better. Not at all. But the VXT2s on the stance, it's like they changed the compound or something. It's actually really nice tires. They really are. Tall, very tall tires, but they're nice. My dad got in trouble because my mom said she was married to a child, and he goes, "Well, that makes you a pedophile." Then my mom was stealth foams. Uh, Let me see. That reminds me of a scene off of Family Guy when Lois was really getting on Peter, and Peter basically had the same line. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate it. IAQ Master 67, dude. Cool, Eric. Good deal, man. I have 3 fused discs in my lower back, 2 fused in my neck, much better shape. You also have full use of my hands. Marcus, hands, they're so important. So important, you know. If I ever start getting that junk right there, dude, oh man, I don't know how I'm gonna even make videos that are viewable. Hopefully I don't though. My dad's still pretty steady. Still pretty decent. Sort of thinking about getting a mini e-Revo. I've messed with a mini e-Revo and I thought it was pretty darn wild. Pretty darn awesome. However, there are much more newer options available today. The e-Revo is an old platform by today's standards. Do I have a recommendation for a decent budget winch? HK Hobbies. They have budget servo winches. Look up HK Hobbies. Give them a look. Sleek Hobbies, what's up? Paul commented earlier on the Crawling 101 class and everyone learned a lot. Yes, sir. IAQ Master. I kind of want to do that again, except this time, now that I've got that one done, I know a little bit more about what I'm doing, and I'll actually have sheets correct for what I need to do here. My dad is pretty steady as well. He's just 6 foot ago. Yeah, I imagine his hands are not shaking, buddy. Those are really available. See, Deluxe, they have, don't Deluxe, they have that little tiny transfer case. Is it Deluxe that has that? It's kind of really narrow. That's kind of something I want to get a hold of. The top shelf to my right. Talking about that up there. That would be my 12S X Max, full Vidavon. So want a spacer for the Enjoy LGG chassis, a spacer like flat spacers. I don't know where I would need those at. Do I have any 299 LPs in stock? I need 2 for summer racing. I do not have anything Reefs in stock right now. Let me tell you guys a little bit something. I literally ordered like 6 of the brass raw 500s. Okay. I had to make myself get rid of 3 because I bought them. I'm like, okay, I'm a Reefs dealer. I'll have these in stock. When they sell out, I'll be able to sell them and they'll go. Well, I ended up using 3 of them myself. Sold one to Clayton's RC. Sold one to him. One went to a raffle in some other country. And the other one sold locally. And they wanted to buy my other ones. And I'm like, no. I literally had to like keep my 3. So I've got 3 brass 500s. They're all in trucks. And I probably need to try to buy more. Even at a dealer price, they're not cheap. Believe me. Still, they're expensive no matter how you go about getting them. 50 kg, 2020 by 2020 brushes, full spare gears, enlightened. That his Vidavon X Max with Kraken coat. Kraken coat. Talk about this? Yeah, this is a low C TLR 5B, the real one, not the knockoff one. Low comment, Larry. Wow, I'm missing something. The one we can only see the tire. Yeah, that's the 12S X Max. Yeah. To put 2 trucks on a DX5 with switch model mode. Right, that's what I'm thinking. My Creighton 12S is down below. I do have a couple SCX 24s, yes. What do I think of Red Cat Ascent? I think it's absolutely awesome. And if $300 is what you've got, absolutely go for it. Simple as that. And I did order something in. I got something here. Now, when you get Axial, when you get Arma, when you get Losi, you're generally always getting a Spectrum system, right? When I go to fly, like I do have a couple planes. When I do fly, which is very rare, I always fly with a DX6. But And I saw some of the comments that you guys mentioned about this radio when I popped it up on the Facebook. So I figured I probably need to get one. So at least this way I know what I'm talking about because I get asked about radios all the time, right? So I actually did order in the DX6C. So I've tried Spectrum radios in the past, like the nice ones, supposedly from, I guess this was years ago though. I did not like them. Did not like them. This is why you very rarely see me have upgraded Spectrum radio on the channel. It's all GT5, the RC8X, and stuff like that, which those are really good radios. But I'm going to get into and try this. I haven't totally taken it out of the package yet because I got to have that for the camera. But I've got the thing. I saw you guys talk about the same crappy button, power button, and stuff like that. Well, this is completely new to me, so I've got to go into this as a total noob. So I mean, I think with the Spectrums you can do momentary for winching and stuff down here. So I think you can do all that stuff with this. I just got to figure it out, and that's something I've never done. So I kind of needed to get one just to expand my radio tech knowledge, right? Corvette engine swap. Stealth. Yes, I did. I did see the Corvette engine in the airplane. Yes, I did. I like Traxxas radio. They were simple. Now, Traxxas radios. I've got a few of those still. And I've been too cheap to spend 40 bucks to get the module, which supposedly makes them allow different models, all kinds of endpoints and everything. As much last year, just my Amazon purchases, business purchases, RC, just Amazon. Okay, I haven't totaled up all my PayPal or my credit card or any of that stuff. Just Amazon. I spent over $7,000 just on Amazon last year getting stuff in. So yeah, and that's probably not even a quarter of it. The stuff's not cheap. Which is why the vast majority of us are in our 40s into here because we worked through the girlfriends, the wives, the bills, and we're getting ourselves set to where we have some expendable money. And that's why this is more like a middle-aged hobby, even though I know we got some young guys in here and I find it phenomenal, but when you start making your way to where you have some extra money, that's when you find hobbies. Okay, between the VRD or SEX Pro, which one do you think is better performing vehicle? It really is going to depend on the setup and the driving ability. They're both extremely good vehicles. I'm thinking if I want strict center of gravity, I'm going with the Pro. Obvious reasons, straight axles. But I think for everything else, the VRD is it. And see, I need to get a Noble as well. That's such a great radio, and I don't have it. My GT5 better. I don't have a Dumbo DDF. Twin hammers. How much money do I currently have in cars? Oh my God. I'm going to let you guys add this up, okay? My average price over about 120 RCs, I'm going to be a little bit conservative here and probably just say about $1,000. Like that X-Max up there is probably around 4 or 5. DBXLE up here is about 4 or 5. My Raminator is probably close to 10. There's about 5 in the Ram Bouncer. This right here is about 3. It's all brushless out. This right here is probably about maybe 15 or 1600. Probably 900 right there. It's amazing. If I could get every dollar out of every one of my vehicles, I would be debt free right now and have money left over. Moonlight, do I have the new CJ7? Yes, sir. I put a video up of that today, as a matter of fact. It is currently at RC, at Scalar Fab RC, to get winch, bumper, sliders, and all that stuff, because it's a little bit different on the chassis ends. So it's not really the same. The wife number, or my wife has just completely stopped asking me about how much stuff costs, which I think is amazing. Element frame, transmission, shocks, Fusion, SE18, Reedy, aluminum, discontinued, Vanquish axles. Man, I really like the F10 axles. I really do. Jacob Rivera, yeah. Yeah, buddy. Cardboard, yeah, probably. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's so easy to have $1,000 in the RC now. I think like the vehicles I don't have 1,000 in, or like some of like the little associated 1/18ths, the Arlarlos. I don't have 1,000 in any of my Arlarlos yet. One of them, Viking RC, has it, which it might be close. He's got the 787, and he's got 2 Hobbywing systems to put in for me, so we can do some speed runs with that. Might be close. I think it's going to take flight in at 100 miles an hour, though. I think this thing is going to fly. I didn't show you what I was building. It's a custom SCX-10. Okay. Yeah, Bo Duke, I spent way more than 9 grand. I probably average, all in all, probably over 2 grand a month in RC. It's not cheap. And I sometimes look at what I have in bills versus what I have coming in, and I'm like, how? I don't have a lot of bills though. So I'm not in a $4,000 a month mortgage or something. My mortgage is literally about $850 a month, which is dirt cheap by today's standards, rent and all that. So heck with that. If you never get married, you have to worry about justifying how much you spend on toy cars. Yeah. Anything for this one, so nothing. ZX-10-3 works. You don't need the VRD. For the up to, it brings me the package. Shaking her head. Yeah, I get. FedEx showed up today. I was actually outside recording. This was about maybe a month ago. I was literally outside at my track recording something, and I stopped to do some editing, check my lap times and stuff like that, right? And in comes the Amazon. Now, if you guys watch my videos, which most of you probably do, you know I keep porta potty on site. At least one. There's 2 right now because we had a big event. But I keep one porta potty on site, right? The Amazon guy came up, and apparently he had to go because, dude, he took off running out. I'm sitting there on the side of the driver's seat, just watching him. And man, he went in and blew that porta potty up. I know, because he went running for that thing, and I'm thinking, good deal, because a guy comes tomorrow to clean it. So it might have had some surprises waiting for him as well. Dan Baker just got back into RC lifestyle, and you're best answer on best tires for crawling. TRX4 High Trail K5 Blazer. If you're just doing like trails and stuff for that particular vehicle, time period wise, man, I would look at the Swamper SXs. Should be a good one. But you're talking, it's a high trail, so it's kind of high on 2.2s. Swampers, they got a 5.4 inch Swamper out. That might be your best way to go. 130 I have. Not one more costs more than 50, and the whole collection might worth 5K. Ask me how I stay married. Andrew, wow. Is YouTube so profitable that you can spend more than 100,000 on your hobby? At this point in my life, in my YouTube career, absolutely not. Purple Axle, the best upgrades and recording it. Jacob, I try to show every upgrade I do. I try. Okay, range right into a pre-runner. She found out how much I spent on King Shocks. Oh, yeah, I remember them days. Mad cheddar cheese. That's a great reason for you to test versus megalithics green. What are your thoughts? Carbon chassis, four-wheel steer, Capra axles. Huh. Casper, I think the Tusks actually wear better than the megalithics. But man, the megalithics are dominating out here. So, but it's concrete, so just keep that in mind. But I'd go with it. Aaron Moore, did I get this crazy rain? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yeah, South Florida, the Amazon boggers, dude, they're going to stay. I mean, I've got. In fact, this is something I was going to do, but I didn't have time to get this. I've actually got those Amazon boggers on the two-wheel drive direct drive truck right here. In case you haven't seen this one, it's got nothing but a Holmes motor in it, driving it. So, but these tires right here I bought for the wheels to match with the Climastein. And dude, these tires, they were good. I haven't opened up for anything. They are what they are. And Dan Baker, I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you. It's a high trail truck, but going all out to make it best crawler it can be. Yeah. Mudslingers for the win. Well, hold on. These might say mudslingers. Hang on. They do say mudslingers. Haha, I got them. Don't light isopropyl alcohol on fire in your house. I'm not planning on doing that, Mid-Ohio. Is that only for events? So check it out. The Exoplex is open pretty much anytime I'm here. Just message me and let me know. Now, granted, you know, if you got like a fast one that you want to come out, if the track's muddy, there's nothing I can do about that. But if you got crawlers and it's wet outside, just wear some flip-flops. You'll be fine. That's generally what I do. If I'm out there walking through water making a video, I'm in flip-flops. Any time of the year. Let's go. 40K. And Scott Allen, you're correct. CK Hobby, what's up, buddy? A little bit stuffy for some reason. I had some sneezes earlier. But this is something I want to run. I just got to let it dry up out there. The Direct Power Twin I-Beam. This was actually Clayton's idea to do this, by the way, so blame him. TRX4 rear axle, just because they're so bulletproof. And I did a little bit of work to these shocks. They had like a little bumper on them, and I took that bumper off. So now I've actually got way better suspension travel on this thing. If I can show this. So, way better suspension travel. So I'm looking forward to getting this out because to me it didn't have enough suspension travel to be what it was. I'm going to try to make these shocks work. If they don't, then I'll come off with a shock tower or something over here and put a longer shock back here. That way I can really let this back end move. So it still looks a little bit limited though. I also put 25 weight oil in the back. So, but this will be run eventually. Got to get this weather past us. And then I think my buddy IAQ Master, aka the Bad Weatherman, pretty much says Friday it's going to be nasty again. So with that said, now I believe you guys have been seeing this one, haven't you? The Climastein build. I've been having a lot of fun with this truck. Here's a setup on that Climastein. It does pretty darn good, man. I got the DriveTechs up front, got the D's shock bands up here, TRX axles or TRX rear shocks. It seems to do pretty good. See these tires right here? These are my newest tires. They are lampreys by Extreme Route. So you guys will be seeing these soon as well. Bears were locked up. All right, Joe was in flip flops and a hoodie Sunday. I was. I really was. JR's life, buddy. I cannot hide my RCs. If I ever get everything positioned right inside, I'll take you guys on a tour. I could literally have a museum here. And I'm not exaggerating. Mostly crawlers. Bully 2, that'll be here soon. Plastic gets on those H beams. You know, my shock bolts, they aren't really holding too well on the I beams, but they haven't fell out yet. So, ooh, RC Daily. Let me see. But you do YouTube for a living, right? What job did you preview? Twin Hammers, yes, sir. I am now a full-time YouTuber. Been that since May the 1st. And I'm going to tell you what, it doesn't feel like I've been off work as long as I've been. Get out of bed at about 8, 8:30. Typically do my morning routine, breakfast, stuff like that. And then start recording, driving, doing whatever. And typically get to bed about 1 or 2 every night. But I was a mechanic at King Edward Cigars for 25 years. Do I have any comps I'm driving in this year? I'm not planning on it. If I do drive in any comps, it's just kind of a spur of the moment thing where I'm probably going to just drive one-handed and record my run and tell jokes and have fun. So, can you get the mudslingers out the woods? I believe you can. Scott Allen, I have never built a G-Speed, and I really need to. I really need to. But I'm to build a G-Speed. I really need to build a G-Speed. I really do. Moonlight RC, the CJ7 is going to get a rear sway bar. But right now, it's currently at Scalar Fab getting the bumpers designed for it, sliders, rear bumper, all that stuff like that. Okay, so those are on the way. Or they'll be done here in a couple weeks, hopefully, and then they're going to send it back. I told them, I said, look, Casey, you and Troy, when you get it, put it together, go drive it. Since they don't have the Jeep, said, go drive it, do all your promotional stuff with it, everything you want to do, go do it. When you're done, send the vehicle back to me so I can do my thing with it. Simple as that. Because I'm sending them the vehicle, they have something to prototype all their stuff on. All it's going to cost me is the shipping it took to get it there. And she's going to pay the shipping to come back. So win-win for everybody, right? I do not have a mini LMT yet, but I did drive one, and I'm waiting for it to come in. My buddy of mine, he's got one coming in that he's prepaid for, and when it comes in, I'm going to give him cash for it, so I will finally have one. It's a really neat little truck, man. It's a really neat little truck. Marcus Landry, I have not talked to him about making aluminum I-beams for the IFS kit. It's possibly one of those things that it's probably not going to be mainstream enough to really get that. However, if I've got to send him some stuff. I might could send him a set, like order a set of the I-beams, just send them to him, see if he wants to make that. T-Rex 4 High Trail, 5.4-inch Super Swampers by Proline. It's a pretty good tire. It's not a super tall tire. It should work you pretty well, and it looks really nice on there as well. RC something in every room of my house. As long as I'm making the money, I'll continue to say where it goes as long as the bills are paid. Bills are paid, buddy. Use 2 motors and do direct drive front and back. Not motor on axle. Dual motor ESC, and you can just adjust front and remote. Cool. You must be responding to somebody else. I don't. Okay, I'm not sure what you're responding to on that one. If I have my carbon chassis, holy cow, you can get them aluminum wheels for only $16 more than tires alone. Yes, South Florida. That's why I went ahead. Well, that's why I got those wheels and tires. I just went ahead. Let's get them. And dude, they're nice. I put a link to them in the video for channel members on Amazon. If you're talking about those boggers. One of everything except the V2C1. Big stuff. Like what building I want to see? Mir, I've always been mechanically minded. When I was a kid, my dad got me a Radio Shack car. I was a little brown Camaro. At least I want to say it was about this large. And I remember I took it apart and couldn't figure out how to put it back together. It had the big old receiver board on it and all that stuff that took up like the whole interior, the whole receiver. Ancient times, right? And I remember I could not put that back together, and it still haunts me to this day. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate that. What CAD, if any, do you use for 3D printers? Buddy, I don't have any CAD skills at all. I don't have any CAD skills at all, buddy. Any STLs that I have, I actually have to get them made for me, or I find them on Thingiverse or something like that. Simple as that. Moonlight. How much would that kit be? What kit? I must be missing some comments or something here. When is my buddy getting his? Hopefully here in a week or two. Hopefully. Two boggers, every two. Built 3 times now. Products getting better. And every GC. I'll find the link for sure. What would you say is the best tire insert for rocks? Got natural and brick. Buddy, I do a lot of stuff with Yizzer, YZZR, but he is slammed right now. He is backed up like you wouldn't believe, even with 15 printers. He's printing almost 24/7. I kind of messed him up a little bit by showing his inserts. But he is busy, busy, busy. But honestly, I've yet to have a bad one. The only issues I've had with inserts is either be too stiff or too soft. Otherwise, I've never had a bad one. And I've had 4, 5, 6 different brands at this point. I've never had a bad one. Is the Exoplex anywhere near North Carolina? It is in Northeast Florida. Motorcycle game took apart, couldn't get back together. Mitchell, you had the same little brown Camaro? I mean, it had the like little dingle wire thing on it, antenna. I think that was my first radio controlled. The other ones all had the wires and stuff. Jacob Spalla, buddy, I don't have a favorite. I mean, right now my favorite is the Ram Bouncer. It is the most incredible RC I have ever driven. But I mean, I'm enjoying the Kleimenstein quite a bit. But the VRDs, the Pros, I mean, it's just awesome. Once only go pro. Change the settings of affiliate links only once the go public. Only once to go. I'm not getting you, Paul. 8 and it went downhill from there. Now shaft, motor, direct drive, motor to drive shaft to axle, front and back. 2 motors like the rear wheel. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you could do something like that. I wonder if you did that, I wonder if that would qualify as like a shafty. The issue is there when it comes to crawling is that you're not going to have the gear reduction. The gear reduction, you're talking, I'm like in the 50 to 60 range on gearing reduction. It increases what I call the low end resolution, as in the motor will turn 60 times per the tire turning one. It gives you better low end resolution, low end control, both in the overall torque of the vehicle, the speed of the vehicle, the crawlability, the downhill, and drag brake. So, but if you gear too low, 65, 70, or 80 to 1, well, now you've lost all your wheel speed. So you have zero that you can actually bump and do anything with. So you kind of got to figure out what you're going to do with your vehicle and how you plan to drive it as to where your gearing is going to be. You got to be careful with some transmissions that are geared internally for portals. You put straight axle on them, like say a Capra transmission, and it's not going to crawl. It's going to be way too fast. But you take a 3-gear transmission, like an older school 3-gear, put that into your Capra. Now it's going to crawl like a dream, but you lost your bounce. You can make up for that in your motors, different kV motors, voltages, and stuff like that. But it's all about gearing, guys. And I prefer a lower gear ratio in the axle than I do in the transmission, if that makes any sense. Nope, not really close to North Carolina. I put an affiliate link in the tire video. Can you guys not see that? Picked up secondhand when I was like 8 from a local hobby shop. My second was a Tyco. I've had a few Tycos. I had a Traxxas Hawk. Yeah, see, 10,048 steps. Yeah, see, now you're talking really technical on the ESCs when you're talking the steps available. Jacob, I do have a TRX for him. I got 2 of them, actually. What was the purpose in mullet to run straight axle and portal rear? Great question, Scott. Let me go get it. Let me put this one down. I will go get that truck so I can actually explain the whole purpose in building that truck. Besides my cat. All right. Here we go. Here is this truck right here. I like these bodies, by the way. I don't think they're legal anywhere. But let me explain why I did this. In this form right here, put all this right here. In this form right here, it's got a normal straight through transmission. There's no over or underdrive in the transmission, right? This axle has got a 5.25 to 1 ratio. Vanquish, VRD F10. Metal housing. The front has got the 3.75. I haven't changed the gears in it yet. But by doing this right here, it's an easy 40% underdrive or overdrive, depending on how you look at it. But in regards to solid front, portal rear, it's actually pretty simple. You can position the front. You can steer the front. You can put the front where you want it, right? By having this right here and the portal in the rear, you don't really have to worry about the rear. Because if you got past the front up here, the rear should pass nice and easy. You got a lot more clearance here. There is almost no portal hanging out to catch you on things right here. So that's kind of the whole thing. Also, a straight axle inherently, and I realize the brass on portals can make up for this in many situations, but inherently speaking, the center of gravity of a straight front axle or straight axle at all has got a lower center of gravity to it. So this particular one has one of those brass 500s on it. So everything is nice and low. So my center of gravity is low. Everything is right. About 40%. I am going to put the underdrive gears in here, which will reduce it to around maybe 30%. But this is the biggest reason was we can position the front where we want it to be. And the rear just simply glides over it. So, and with the 525 in the rear, It's less torque on the drive shaft, which is less torque into the transmission, less torque into the chassis, less torque twist. Simple as that. Hopefully that answered your questions here. And these are our heavy, high mass wheels by Team Raffi on it right now. Inserts in the front, no inserts in the back. I'm liking this setup right now because you put the inserts up front, okay? You get all your steering accuracy because of zero tire deflection, zero tire roll, right? The back, for me, get this over here, does have tire roll. You see that? That's where the fronts don't. Okay? So, in some cases, like for me, letting the back tire roll and letting the back work its way down through that tire roll is advantageous. Now, if you're in a real strict competition, that tire roll could cause you to hit a gate because it'll allow the back to drift further than it would if it did not have so much tire roll on it. Okay, so, but for me, I'm kind of liking this. And these are the foams that come with the tires. Okay, that's my theory. And I've done that with a few different vehicles here lately. And so far, I'm kind of liking it. All right. The magic OD percentage. I really like the 37% that's on the VRD. So anywhere between 30 to 40, I think would be nice. Some guys run more than that depending on your competition. If it's real tight gates, because you know, Sorka, they penalize you for reverse penalties. Stupid. So that's why you run so much overdrive, so you can make that super tight turn so you don't have to back up. All right, I have some questions, Scott. Do I like the Red Cat Gen 8 V2? Yes, a nice scale driving truck. Top heavy, it moves like a scale truck. What do I have on my TRX 4M? Vedavon axle housings, a FureTech system, and bearings. Peter Griffin, awesome cable rig, chassis swap mine, high clearance links. Yep, I got one added. Diff covers. Oh, there's Peter Griffin. Joe, do you like the red? Okay, yeah, okay. Ooh, my nose is stuffy. I get the 2-speed from Gen 9 though. The 2-speed works, but you gotta kind of make sure you're stopped. If not, it'll kind of jam in both gears. Maybe they've adjusted that a little bit. I don't recall that one, Daniel, but I do recall the Radio Shack Malibu. It was a Malibu truck, and you can manually shift it from low range to high range. And I believe the rear was locked and the front had a diff in it, I believe. They're going to have a competing governing body for scale crawling. When we do our scale crawls, man, we don't charge scale points. We don't charge for reversing. We don't charge for winching. Except if you're in the pro class, you get penalized for winching. Because everything that I set up out here and when we have it at Barbarian Scaleplex is drivable. We don't set up gates that are impossible. Some of the bonuses might be close, but everything, typically when I set up a course out here, let me just tell you my own thought process. See, I've got 10 gates, 20 gates, 50 gates, it doesn't matter. I set the course up to follow a route, okay? We generally don't use borders. We just simply have the gates put up. So you got to put the gates in correct place so that they drive where you want them to drive. If not, they'll drive anywhere. But I typically test my own courses, and I use something lesser than I won't take this out to go test a course. This will walk a course pretty easy, as we're half the field they don't have something like this. So I got to make sure the course is drivable. But I'm checking for gates to be correct, everything to run smoothly. I like my courses to have an intended path, not just a gate here, a gate here, a gate here, a gate here. You know, not just that random stuff where you got to go find the next gate. I want them all to run in a course. At least that's the way I set up my gates. And I don't set up gates to be extremely tight. I don't set them up to be extremely tricky, although I will set gates sometimes to make you think about it. But the gates I use are usually wide enough to fit a wraith through it, and you would not believe the gates that still get hit. Just so you know, they don't have to be tight gates to get hit. And actually, when I do set gates that are wide, what I'll do is like, say the line is right through here. This is the perfect line through this. I'll put a gate here and a gate here, which will give them plenty of room to try to work around. But you know the line is close to this gate over here, right? Kind of give them a little bit of room to work. And another thing, we always use the wire gates here because our competition area is junk concrete. It's just junk. It doesn't hurt us to drill holes into it. Natural terrain, you're not going to go to like Cherokee Rock Village and drill a bunch of holes in their rocks. So that's when those little tennis balls and the little gate markers and all work great. For us, we compete on garbage. We compete on junk, so it's not a problem. And it's almost 9 o'clock. Holy cow, you guys have had me busy today. I gotta print a body and interior someday. If I ever go that route, then it will be something like just full on scale, you know. The Endura hard body is doing just fine. It's sitting on the rack. I have not driven it in 8 months or so, but it's there if I need it. Like if we ever get another USTE, that's a perfect place to take it. I don't recall that about Don Garlitz. Let's get it, RC. What's up? After watching some other crawling vid, I can't stand courses that turn back into each other. That's another good point, Marcus. I try to never have my course. Try to never do it. Cross itself. The course always has a path. Now, in this past course, the 101 course, I had gates there because I was trying to check everybody, see how they were driving. I had the gates here, number on the right, the bear flag on the left, right? I had the same exact thing over here. The way that was set up was you drive through here, you go around, and then you continue on. You didn't cross the lane, but watching these guys drive, they went over through there, they did their U-turn, they came backwards through the gate. Reverse progression, not good. Back through the gate, reverse progression, not good. For us, it's totally legal to reverse through a gate so long as it's forward progression. Perfectly legal. And we actually have gates set up like that. Like it would be basically the blank flag and the number flag, and then a number flag and a blank flag. At that point, you drive up, you back through it, and you go around. Simple as that. Or you back through it and you go wherever you got to go. So we do those gates. Usually those gates are at Jim's Place, Barbarian, and we generally do that on the dirt in the back because we'll set a gate this wide because it's dirt. You're slinging. You got to have some momentum, so you got to have some room to work. So I have it up, boom, and then one reverse right down. That's generally the way we set gates up back there. It's a lot of fun at Jim's Place. In the dirt, man, like some of the vehicles you see me running here that are so stupid slow would not work at his place. They don't have enough wheel speed. Simple as that. I lost power for a minute. Hope Cotton's courses are better this time. Me too, Paul. Me too, buddy. I mean, we went to the very first one. So they was in a huge learning curve on that very first one. But now they got like 3-day event going on. So yeah, it should be good. It should be good. Which is better, sideways servo or up and down? Side to side, not up and down. Okay. Uh, I'm assuming you're talking about like vertical like this. Maybe you can see it here. Or horizontal like this. Depends. Like on this particular setup here, the vertical is better because you can get the weight down to the bottom of the axle housing. Uncrustables on top of cable box, like 25 minutes. Dude, I like the Uncrustables. Getting better on cross RC Jeep cab over. Damn, good night, yes sir. Or am I far from Barbarian's Scaleplex? I'm about an hour away from Barbarian Scaleplex. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this up here. But I do have a story to tell you about the Uncrustables. Was up at up in Kentucky, Beat the Creek. So I'm literally staying in my car, right? And Sean, he comes out there. He's got his stuff set up. And he says, "Hey, you want one of these?" And he chunked it over at me. I'm grinding. I'm like, "What is this thing?" And dude, it was so good. I mean, I was literally living off of canned soup for the last 2 days. So it was super good. And then on the final day, when he comes in, dude, I don't know where he got it, but he got some fried chicken. And man, that was the best fried chicken on the world. Man, that was good stuff. Did you know if you lay your toaster on the side, you can heat up a pizza slice? I use a thing called a microwave, okay? And it spins around on the little glass, and it does a pretty good job. Especially like Little Caesars pizza, the day after is pretty darn good when you microwave it. It really is. I heard about the cross tow truck, but I can't go for that right now. All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap this up. It's been absolutely awesome. You guys have kept me talking like, I don't know, crazy. We've talked about all kinds of things. Raminator, ram bouncer, crawlers, tires, radios, everything, huh? I had a little like toaster oven for a while, and man, I ate so many corn dogs, it was amazing. Cole Kernew. I try to do it every Tuesday, buddy. Mirror. Yes, yep. Hopefully see some Sunday. At best, we'll be able to crawl on Sunday. That'll be about as best we can do because there ain't no way we're gonna be able to race. The track is just not gonna be there. Nothing good about Little Caesars, dude. Man, you go through that drive-through and you get that Little Caesars pepperoni pizza. Half that thing is gone by the time you get home, dude. I love Little Caesars. I don't need a brass 2000. Does he actually have brass 2000s? I haven't even looked. I got to look. 2000. Beast 2000, Beast 2000. I see the 99 micro brass. I don't see anything. Ooh, raw 800 brass. Ooh. Okay, I don't see any brass edition Beast servos. Man, they really don't need a Beast brass one. Well, let's see. Let's view the full lineup. 800, 900, 300 comp spec brass, the raw 500 brass, which is sold out again at $180. Then the brass bottoms for the raw 800. Okay, yeah, we don't have any brass Beast 2000s. So, yeah, we're good on that. All right, guys, let's wrap this up. Brass 800 on VRD. Nice, man. That's awesome. Last time. Awesome, Eric. Awesome love. Thanks, Joe. Well, back at you, Eric. Let's see for heart attack style pizza. 3 different spices. They are so good. All right, guys. You guys have a great one, and I am out of here. Thank you guys for keeping me busy. Sorry I was late, but I was too busy building a rack. What I'm going for, and this picture isn't done. But to give you guys an idea of what I'm doing here, like I was messing around with this right here, building this. This isn't gonna stay in my living room, but the RAM bouncer is here, SCX6 is here, and the Rift is gonna be up here. So that's Mega Bouncer underneath it. But that's what kind of what I want to do. Rift, SCX6, and RAM bouncer, like right there in my living room. Yeah. All right, guys. I'll catch you guys later, and see you guys Tuesday, and something will be up tomorrow. Have a great one.